My prose piece is called Homeostasis. It's on page 47. When I awoke from my hibernation, after the longest winter my soul has ever known, I found myself floating in a deep pool. Although my body drifted free on the surface, and I had all the room I wanted to stretch my limbs, my neck and shoulders remained tensed. My muscles stayed clamped, as though I were confined in the narrow space of a bathtub, rather than in the spacious pool. As my body rotated in the water, I could see bushes of deadly nightshade hanging over the edge of the pool, their purple heads oriented in a way that sent intoxicating perfume over me. Belladonna, a philter of death. The scent diffused the tension in my body, and I felt myself succumb to the overpowering aroma. My multifidus loosened its bindweed-like grip from my spine, and I sailed detached across the pool. Each muscle unleashed its store of lactic acid, and I sensed my body melt into the cool water. I could feel myself disintegrate, limb by limb, vertebra by vertebra, atom by atom, and reform in the water. I craned my neck. Looking down the length of my body, I noticed I was naked. My pale body looked stark against the dark pool. But my Y had gone. Where the force converged as one, now there was two, another X. I had regressed to a state in which I had existed as part of another pool in another time, an amniotic former life, before I had become endowed with all that made me who I am. And now, as I looked at my new pubic mound, the hair ebbing and flowing on a rounded surface, I realized that who I had been was now gone. I had become a woman. The water lapped between my legs, and a new warm sensation overcame me as I felt a warm suction. The current created entered my body and was gently expelled in pockets of air. My ears received the acute sound of this underwater transaction, and I listened to the friendly murmurs of my being that soothed my stasis. A soft pop announced the expulsion of a symbiotic tissue from my body. I saw a red, anemone-like creature bobbing in the wake I had created by raising my body. I touched the tiny thing and watched the red membrane fall away, leaving a peach-colored prawn in the water. When I reached for it, it moved on the drift. Slowly, I slipped my hand under it and closed my fingers around it to trap it. The curled, fleshy organism was exactly the color of my hand. I brought it to my mouth, dropped it in, and swallowed. A tiny bump descended through my body, radiating a soft light that I imagined to be a chakra. It passed between my breasts and along my stomach to below my navel and glowed rainbow bright as it reached its final stop deep in the core of me. My Y had returned and the cycle was complete. Where there had been belladonna before, now I saw orchids growing at the side of the pool, white orchids. The poison for me had gone, and I knew the new scent caused me no harm. I put my hand on the side of the pool and prepared to enter the world, safe at last. And I'd like to read a couple of poems to you from some of my own collections as well. So the first one is a collection that myself and my husband, the writer and poet Joseph Roberts, did together. So this is Metamorphosis of Woman, and it's reversible, Realms of Man. So I'd like to read a poem from Metamorphosis of Woman. It's called